All right, so if you're watching this video, you're probably getting crushed by Shak's action today, down damn near 15%. Oh my gosh, man. I gotta admit, I'm in the Shake Shack, and not a big position, but big enough to where I can feel it. So let's go over this chart, and then you can decide if you want to stay in it or what. I can tell you what I'm gonna do. I'll save that for after the video. All right, so here's the Shake Shack chart, and can you say that fast 5 times? I'm not even gonna attempt to, but here it is. This is the weekly chart, and I got 4 trend lines on here, one trend line basically, and 3 levels of support. And I'm gonna go ahead and delete these and start from scratch to show you what I see and what I'm thinking of. So let's go ahead and clear this screen, clear the drawing set, and let's draw that first trend line. Now this is the main trend line that started right at the COVID low for the most part, and you can basically see that we are right now hitting that trend line in like, what is this, a week? Okay, this is a week. This is the weekly chart. I was gonna say, damn, one day brought us way down here. I mean, 14% is huge. There's an overshoot right there. So we know that the stock can overshoot, but right now I really like this trend line because we got 1, 2, 3 touches. I didn't count that one because it's an overshoot, but if you want to count it, that's 4 touches, and I'm going to say we're going to close somewhere right at the trend line today. Now this is the good news. This is the good news because we're hitting the trend line. You could possibly get in and use today's low as your stop out, and hopefully we bounce higher, but I don't know about that. I'm not really feeling that this thing is going to track that trend line and start moving higher. Yes, I think we can get a bounce, but will it break? I don't know. Here, let's go to the charts. All right, now the reason why I am concerned that it might not hold is because of this velocity coming into the trend line. So if I were to draw, just kind of measure that out from the top of that bar to where we are today, that's down 18% in a week. That is huge, huge. I mean, the setup was actually nice going into the numbers. We was kind of off the high, ready to power through, but these guys reported the revenues just didn't come in. And then you get, I think it's at least 2 downgrades on the stock. And that's why we're down basically 15%. But we're sitting right there at the trend line, waiting to bounce. But that velocity coming to the trend line, it just makes me think that it's too powerful for this line to stop. Now picture that line as like a big battering ram, like a big telephone pole. Like the bigger the battering ram, right, the easier the door will open. So I'm just seeing this huge battering ram just crashing into this trend line, and will the trend line hold? Only time will tell, but my gut is telling me I don't think so, which is terrible. Because if you look at Shake Shack from the top to where it's trading now, it's down 46.8%. So that's already a huge discount. Now I do feel if you really like this stock, this is a great buying point. Always buy at these levels of support, right? If it breaks, you can always buy lower and lower and lower. So you can always get a little piece if you're into it, you know, if you're into Shake Shack for the long run. But let's say it breaks, right? Where will this thing go? And how about this level of support right here? Okay, now also, by the way, with this level you also got this, right now it's at a horizontal support, so it's hitting at a horizontal support, and it's also hitting at the diagonal support. So this is a really good place for it to bounce, right? It's just kind of like 2 support lines, but we'll see. Only time will tell. But if it breaks, you know, we can expect to possibly come down to here. This is the 83 level, right? So, wow, man, that's just another 8 points away. That's, wow. I mean, this thing will get crushed if it's coming down to there. Anyway, and then, so if it, you know, if that doesn't hold, where's the next level? And that's why you seen in the beginning, I had the 3 levels. I was just kind of checking out the levels to see where this thing could possibly stop. Now, if one thing I want to draw that's not on here is the Fibonacci lines. You guys heard of Fibonacci before. And if you look at the 50% retracement, we're right at the 84. So from the low to the top, that right where it is right now, that's just a little past the 38. Generally, stocks don't turn around there. most of them I really like the 61.8. So I'm looking at this 84.2, right? Or this right here, what I drew, it's close enough, the 83 or so. And then if that doesn't hold, the 61.8 almost puts it at this next level of support, which is $71. So let me get rid of the Fibonacci. Okay, I got rid of that. And these lines are very close. So we can almost say that this line is the 50% retracement. And then this line, wow, the 72, 73 is the 61.8. So it definitely is going to turn around at one of these locations. Hopefully it turns around right now. But if it doesn't, we can actually go that long. I mean, the 61.8, I mean, from where it is now, is another 19% to the downside. That's huge. So it already fell like 20% this week, and it fell another 20% just to hit the 61.8. That would be an unloved stock. Well, anyway, we're right here. Those are the possibilities. Look at the stochastic still pointing down and hard, not even thinking about flattening out, right? And also, let's go to the trade tab and let's take a look at the put call ratio. Now, unlike Twitter and Peloton, this put call ratio is 1.22. So that's roughly 5 to 4 put ratio, right? So you got the put 7,000, not many options at all, really. But when you trade Shake Shack options, the spreads are wide. Not many people trade this stock, but I do. I get in there. Anyway, so the puts, 7,000 puts to 5,700 calls. So you can see there's more puts being traded. So a little more bearish just on a put call ratio itself. Don't take too much. You got to use that with other methods. So like I'm using that along with the velocity hitting the trend line, and the put call ratio is kind of negative, and the stochastic is pointing down hard, and the volume is high, but it seems like it almost should be higher for reaching a turnaround. So those things is making me think that's what's making it going to blow through this trend line and possibly go to another level of resistance. Now at the beginning of the video, I said, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do at the end of the video. Well, here's the end of the video, so I'm going to tell you what I want to do. I am long Shake Shack, and I hate to get out at down 15%. Right now, it's actually 14.92%. It's at the lows of the day. I'm going to wait for some kind of bounce back, because when we talk about it going down, we're not talking about it just going straight down. Even though it looks like it wants to do that, being down 50, it just hit 15%. Let's look at the chart real quick. This video is live at 3:08, and let me pull up the minute chart. Just looking at this thing, look at that. Just broke this level of, yeah, let me clear these drawings out. Yeah, just broke that level of support. That's why I guess I'm just sitting here watching it just tank down 15.04%. All right, so I hate to get out of this thing while it's going down, so I'm going to wait for some kind of bounce action. I got to get a bounce or something. I don't want to get out now. So hopefully maybe tomorrow it can bounce, because it can still bounce right where it is at those two trend lines, the diagonal and the vertical, but it doesn't mean that that's the bounce, right? It can just kind of go up and then boom, slice right through, basically like taking a break. So if we get any kind of bounce, and I bet you there's other people thinking just like me as well. So if we get any kind of bounce, I'm out of there. I don't know. I'm going to somehow shrink my position. I got a big call spread on. I'm going to do something. I'm either going to get out or just put a little tiny piece of a trade on. So that's my plan right now. I'm not really feeling it. Unless we bounce something like 7-8%, then I'm like, you know what? All right, I'll hang in there. But I don't know. I don't know. I just think we go a lot lower. Anyway, so we can see. Only time will tell. And it could bounce here. But I don't know, man. I'm just kind of not feeling this one on the bounce. If you want bounce plays, check out Peloton and Twitter. I did videos on those just before this video. So go check those out on the channel and tell me what you think. Do you like Shake Shack? Do you think it's going to bounce here? Do you think it's going to cut through and go to the next level of support? Put it down in the comments. Let me know. Share it with others. Hey, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram, Dre Trades, and right here in the comments. That was like that's and thanks at the same time. Let's do it again. Thanks for watching. I'm Dre, and I'm out.